Join me now, the founder of the American Truth Project and Daily Ledger contributor, Barry Nussbaum. Barry, the hate and vitriol from the left is intensifying, and the fact that this woman still has a job and is still representing the people of Missouri is outrageous.
Stephanie, you couldn't have said it better, although I would multiply that times 10. Now, after about a week of relentless criticism from the left, the right, her own party, and the entire press in Missouri, finally, after refusing to apologize, now she comes up with her religious angle and hides behind God. Truly, I think she's probably sad she said it, not because of the content, but because the backlash is so bad, it has blown up her political career. The people in Missouri don't deserve this kind of representation. And I think, if my sources are correct, the Attorney General is going to bring an action, and it's going to include the House in Missouri to have her forcibly removed from office, which is what she deserves for what she said.
Well, reports say that she is being investigated by the Secret Service. And when it comes to the freedom of speech, you have the freedom of speech, but there's a difference between incitement and free speech.
No question. It's the old adage that they used to teach in school many years ago. Freedom of speech does not include yelling fire in a crowded movie theater, because people are going to get hurt as a consequence of your freely spoken words. That's why there are federal laws precluding threats against the President of the United States. The Secret Service is investigating, just as they are apparently the myriad of celebrity threats and incitement to violence against the President of the United States.
Barry, we're seeing this over and over playing out, and then no one gets in trouble. I have video of just a few of the hateful, disgusting attacks from the left and from celebrities. Roll tape.
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
Yes, I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
I had a dream the other night about that I was playing golf with Donald Trump, and I was standing beside him with a club in my hand, and I was, considering my options when I suddenly woke up. It was one of those dreams where you want to just get back to sleep so you can finish it.
Barry, a lot of people look up to these celebrities, unfortunately, and pretty much everyone that we saw in these videos, nobody got in trouble. Kathy Griffin, she was investigated. She's no longer under federal investigation. Snoop Dogg, he's back to doing music and whatever he does. And Madonna's off the hook too.
It's so sad that not only are these people extremely famous, but they have unbelievable social media following. So it's not just some dork that has a 9th grade education saying, I'm going to kill the president. That dork has 5 million followers on Facebook or Twitter, or people buy his albums or go to his concerts. Or in the case of Madonna, she had, 200,000-300,000 women on the mall in January screaming support for her thought about blowing up the White House, killing the president, his family, and the entire White House staff. Truly, something has become unhinged in civil society when this sort of thing can happen on a consistent basis, cause copycats within normal society, and nobody is doing anything about it. Although in certain cases, the commercial backlash, for example, Kathy Griffin, she lost her New Year's Eve concert contract. Poor her. Nothing has happened to anybody else. And I mean nothing. No bad blowback at all. either commercially or for the companies that they work for.
Yeah, and Kathy Griffin, she apologized, but then she ended up blaming it on Trump, and she turned herself into this victim that Trump made it so that she could never work in the industry again, which is just bogus. And so I want to clarify here. It seems to me that there is a pass for the leftists to be violent, to spew this hateful rhetoric. They never get in trouble, but if it comes from the right, then there are consequences. And I have a great example of this. There's a man, his name is John Roos. He's 62 years old. He threatened President Obama's life on social media, and he was sentenced to 63 months in federal prison. And according to his statements, he said he never intended to carry out these threats, but that he just wanted to blow off steam on social media. This is a nobody. They sent him to jail for 63 months for a threat online, yet no one is facing any sort of consequences from all of the hateful things they've said about our president.
I find that astoundingly shocking that nothing is coming from the Justice Department or from the Secret Service. You make an excellent point. In the 8 years of the Obama presidency, I researched this. The only celebrity that I could find that made anything regarding a threat about President Obama was a rock and roller named Ted Nugent, who did it in kind of a goofy way. And that was 8 years. In the 7 months of the Trump presidency, it happens every single week, not only by celebrities, but as you pointed out, by legislators. There's a guy in Maine that said he was going to beat Trump to death with his own bare hands and a baseball bat. He's still in office too. These are people that command respect and following, and that's why it's much scarier than, as you pointed out, the guy that went to jail for doing it on Facebook. Look, Madonna's one of the biggest pop stars in the world. Johnny Depp is the biggest movie star in the world. And it's not just them. It's a lot of people with a lot of following, and someday one of their fans is going to take that to heart. And God help the country when that happens, because we, the people and the government, could and should have done something about it. Trust me, if there was an investigation that started tomorrow against one of these people, everybody would shut their mouths and go back to being more civil. Look, you can have a difference of opinion, but you can't threaten the life of the President of the United States. It's against the law.
Yeah, all good points, Barry. We're going to have to leave it here.